The men who taught humans to fly. The story of the Wright brothers. Once upon a time, before airplanes existed, people could only dream of flying. Some said it was impossible. But two brothers from America decided to prove the world wrong. Their names were Wilbur and Orville Wright, the men who taught humans to fly. Wilbur was born in 1867 and Orville in 1871. They grew up in a small town in Ohio, USA. Their father was a kind man who loved books. He always told his sons, "Use your minds. Never stop asking questions." One day, their father brought home a small toy helicopter made of wood and paper. It could fly for a few seconds when you spun it with a rubber band. The boys watched it rise into the air, and they were amazed. That little toy changed their lives forever. As the boys grew up, they became curious about machines. They loved to build things: kites, bicycles, and small mechanical toys. They opened a bicycle shop, fixing and designing bikes together. But deep inside, they had a bigger dream. Every night, Wilbur looked at the sky and said, "One day, Orville, people will fly just like birds." Most people laughed at the idea. Even other inventors had failed many times trying to make a flying machine. But the Wright brothers didn't give up. In 1899, the brothers began serious experiments. They read every book about flight, birds, and wind they could find. They built kites and gliders to test how air moves. Their workshop became full of strange wooden wings and paper designs. But nothing worked perfectly. Sometimes their gliders crashed. Sometimes the wind was too strong. Yet they kept improving every small detail. Wilbur said, "Failure is just another step toward success." The brothers needed a place with strong winds and open space. So they traveled to Kitty Hawk, a lonely beach in North Carolina. There, the sand was soft, perfect for safe landings. For months, they tested wings, propellers, and engines. They worked day and night, sometimes sleeping in a small tent. People in the nearby village thought they were crazy. But the brothers didn't care. They were building something that had never existed before. A machine that could fly and land safely. It was a cold, windy morning. The date was December 17th, 1903. After years of hard work, the Wright brothers were ready. Orville climbed into their machine, the Wright Flyer. Wilbur stood beside him, holding one wing steady. The engine began to shake and roar. The propellers spun faster and faster. Then, something incredible happened. The machine lifted off the ground. For 12 seconds, it flew through the air, covering about 36 meters. It was the first powered flight in human history. 12 seconds that changed the world forever. The brothers didn't stop there. They made the machine stronger, faster, and easier to control. By 1905, their airplane could stay in the air for more than half an hour. Still, many people didn't believe them. Some newspapers called their story a lie. But when they demonstrated their airplane in public, everyone was amazed. They had done what no one else could do. They had turned a dream into reality. The Wright brothers didn't just invent an airplane, they changed the future of the world. Because of them, people could travel across countries and oceans. They opened the door to a new age, the age of flight. Wilbur once said, "It is possible to fly without motors, but not without knowledge and skill." Both brothers continued to work on new designs. Sadly, Wilbur died young, at the age of 45, from typhoid fever. Orville lived much longer and saw airplanes become faster, bigger, and stronger. When he watched giant aircraft flying in the sky, he smiled and said, "We only gave them wings. The world taught them how to soar." The Wright brothers taught us that dreams can lift us higher than fear. They started with a toy helicopter and ended by changing human history. So, whenever you doubt yourself, remember this. Two brothers in a small bicycle shop believed they could fly. And they did. Airplane dizzy.